You're here because you're exhausted, and not just in your body. This isn't another video full of empty tips or fake motivation. This is your mirror, your wake-up call, maybe even the first time you finally feel understood. Because let's be honest, you're tired after 8 hours of sleep. Tired after doing nothing all day. Tired even when life looks fine on the outside. And deep down, you know it's not just about sleep. It's about your mind, your heart, your soul silently screaming for relief. But listen carefully. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are not broken. Nobody ever told you the truths I'm about to share, and that ends today. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 14 brutal truths that explain why you feel drained no matter what you do. And with every truth, I'll give you a solution. Real, psychology-backed solutions that schools never taught us, but life desperately requires. By the end, you won't just understand your tiredness. You'll feel seen, you'll feel lighter, and you'll have the tools to start rebuilding your energy, not just in your body, but in your entire life. So take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear could change everything. This is not just English practice. This is life practice. Stay until the end, and don't forget to subscribe to join our Native Flow family, where we don't just learn words, we learn how to truly live. Now let's begin. Truth 1. You're not mentally exhausted. You're emotionally empty. Most people think their tiredness comes from working too much or not sleeping enough. But let's be real. You can get a full night of rest and still wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. Why? Because your body isn't the problem. Your emotions are, you're not tired because of what you did today. You're tired because of what you've been carrying for years. Think about it. How many times have you forced a smile when your heart was breaking? How many times have you swallowed your anger, your sadness, your grief, just to avoid being too much for someone else? That weight doesn't disappear. It sits inside you like an invisible stone, pressing on your chest, stealing your energy day after day. Imagine your phone shows 100% battery, but in the background, 20 hidden apps are draining it nonstop. That's you. You wake up charged, but your grief, regrets, and unspoken feelings are running silently in the background, pulling your energy away. The solution isn't more sleep. It's emotional release. Write it out. Every night, spend 5 minutes writing how you actually felt, not just what you did. Say it out loud, to a journal, a friend, or even your own reflection. Don't bury it, let it out. And yes, cry if you need to. Crying is not weakness. It's your nervous system flushing out pain. Because here's the truth. Emotional energy is real energy. When you trap it, it poisons you. When you release it, it frees you. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just tired of pretending to be strong every single day. And unless you give yourself permission to feel, really feel, you could sleep 10 hours and still wake up exhausted. You don't need just sleep. You need emotional freedom, and it starts with honesty. Truth 2. You wake up without a reason. Be honest with yourself for a moment. Why do you wake up every morning? Is it because you're excited to live another day? Or because you simply have no choice? For most people, the alarm goes off and they drag themselves out of bed, not to chase a dream, but to meet a deadline. Not to live with passion, but to pay bills, reply to messages, and avoid falling behind. And here's the brutal truth. Nothing drains your energy faster than living a life that doesn't excite you. You can eat clean, exercise daily, sleep 8 hours, but if you wake up for pressure instead of purpose, you'll always feel tired. Because energy doesn't just come from food. It comes from meaning. It comes from knowing why you're alive today. Imagine a car with a full tank of gas but no destination. It just drives in circles. Same roads, same stops, same traffic. That car will wear out even if it's perfectly maintained. That's you. You wake up, go to work, scroll, sleep, repeat. No goal pulling you forward. No vision lighting you up. So your body asks, what's the point of getting up? And your soul whispers, I'm done. The solution isn't a 5-year plan. You don't need a perfect dream mapped out. You just need a reason to start. Here's how. Every morning, do one small thing just for you. Not for your boss. Not for your partner. Not for society. For you. Write. Draw. Stretch. Walk. Meditate. Build something small that belongs only to you. Ask yourself, if I had only 1 year left to live, what would I regret never doing? The answer is your starting point. Your why doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's family. Maybe it's proving to yourself that you're capable of more. Whatever it is, make it real. Because here's the secret. When you live with purpose, even the hard days feel worth it. But when you live without it, even easy days feel empty. You're not tired because of what you do. You're tired because you don't know why you're doing it. Build a reason, and your energy will follow. Truth 3. You're always connected, but never present. Let me ask you something real. How many times today have you checked your phone without even realizing it? Within 5 minutes of waking up? While eating? While talking to someone you care about? Maybe even right before sleep? And then you wonder, why do I feel so exhausted? It's not because your body is overworked. It's because your brain is drowning. You live in a world where your mind is constantly stimulated but never rested. Notifications, scrolls, ads, reels, videos, messages. Every second, another tab opens in your mental browser. Until your head feels foggy, scattered, restless. Your brain was never designed for this much input. It's like running 100 apps on a phone at the same time. The battery drains, the system slows down, and eventually, it crashes. That's you. You're not tired because you worked hard. You're tired because you never gave your mind a moment of true silence. Think of your brain like a sponge. Dip it in red water, then blue, then green, then black, again and again without ever squeezing it out. Eventually it becomes muddy. That's your mind right now, muddy from endless content. So you don't just feel tired. You feel unfocused, forgetful, foggy, anxious. And you start thinking something's wrong with you. But it's not you, it's your lack of stillness. The solution? Disconnect to reconnect. Start your mornings phone-free. Give yourself the first 30 minutes without scrolling. Just breathe, stretch, write, or sip your coffee in peace. Take 2 mental showers every day. 10 minutes of silence. No music, no screens, no talking. Just stillness. Let your mind wash itself clean. Practice single tasking. Eat without watching. Walk without headphones. Talk to someone with your full attention. Because here's the truth. You are not just what you eat. You are what you consume, mentally. If all you feed your brain is chaos, don't be surprised when your energy turns into chaos too. You don't need more content. You need more clarity. And clarity only comes from presence. Truth 4. You're surrounded by people, but starving for connection. Here's the paradox of our time. You can have hundreds of friends online, dozens of chats buzzing in your phone, and still feel more alone than ever. And that loneliness, it doesn't just hurt your heart. It drains your energy like a leak you can't find, because humans are wired for real connection, for eye contact, for laughter that echoes in a room, not just an emoji on a screen, for conversations that go beyond "how are you?" "I'm fine." But what do most of us have today? Shallow interactions. digital crumbs of intimacy. We confuse presence with availability, but the truth is, many of us have never felt more unseen. And loneliness doesn't just make you sad, it literally makes you tired. Studies show that chronic loneliness raises your stress hormones, messes with your sleep, weakens your immune system, and makes your brain feel foggy. No wonder you're exhausted. Your body interprets disconnection as danger, and when your nervous system thinks you're unsafe, it stays on high alert, burning energy all the time. So even when you're not doing much, you feel drained, because isolation is heavy, and pretending you're fine is heavier. The solution isn't having more people around. It's having the right people. Start with honesty. Tell one person how you really feel, without editing yourself to sound okay. Seek depth over numbers. One genuine friend who listens is worth more than 100 surface-level connections. And most importantly, be that person for others. Because sometimes, the fastest way to receive connection is to give it first. Your soul doesn't need a bigger network. It needs a safe space. A place where you can drop the mask, breathe, and just be. Because here's the truth. Loneliness doesn't come from being alone. It comes from being surrounded but unseen. And when you finally find or build that real connection, you'll notice something surprising. Your tiredness starts to lift. Because nothing recharges the human spirit more than being truly understood. Truth 5. You're living in survival mode, not growth mode. Think about how often you say, I just need to get through this week, or once this is over, I'll finally rest. But here's the harsh truth. Survival mode has become your default setting, and living that way is silently destroying your energy. Survival mode isn't just about running from lions in the wild. It's about how your nervous system reacts to constant stress, bills, deadlines, conflict, uncertainty. The pressure never ends, so your brain keeps signaling, danger, stay alert. And when you're in survival, your body shuts down everything that isn't urgent. Joy, creativity, motivación, they get locked away because your brain thinks you don't have the luxury to dream. You're too busy surviving. That's why you feel tired even after resting. Rest doesn't work when your nervous system still thinks it's in danger. You lie down, but your mind races. You try to relax, but your body stays tense. Because in survival, rest feels unsafe. Here's the cycle. Stress triggers survival mode. Survival mode drains your energy, and drained energy creates more stress. Round and round you go until exhaustion feels normal. So how do you break the loop? By signaling to your body, I am safe. Breathe deeply, slowly. In through your nose for 4, out for 6. This tells your nervous system it's okay to relax. Ground yourself physically. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. This pulls you out of your head and back into safety. And most importantly, stop waiting until life is perfect to live. Survival mode ends when you choose growth even in chaos. Take small risks. Learn something new. Allow joy, even when everything isn't fixed. Because here's the truth. You weren't born just to get through life. You were born to expand, to experience, to grow. Survival might keep you alive, but growth is what makes you feel alive. Truth 6. You're disconnected from who you really are. This is one of the most painful reasons behind your constant exhaustion. You're not drained because your body is weak. You're drained because you've slowly drifted away from yourself. Think about it. When was the last time you felt lit up inside? When was the last time you did something just because it made you feel alive? Not because it looked good, not because someone approved, not because it was practical? Somewhere along the way, you started wearing masks. You became the good employee, the good partner, the good child, the good friend. You said yes when you meant no. You stayed quiet when you wanted to scream. You lived by other people's rules, and in the process, you lost your own rhythm. And now, every day feels heavy. Not because you're overworked, but because you're living out of alignment with your soul. It's like a bird who was born to fly but spends every day walking in a cage. That bird isn't exhausted because it flew too high. It's exhausted because it never used its wings. Here's the hidden cost of self-disconnection. You wake up with no passion. You second-guess every decision. You feel numb, like nothing excites you anymore. And no amount of sleep or vacations can fix it. Because what's missing isn't rest. It's you. The solution isn't to add more to your life. It's to return to yourself, to peel off the masks and hear your own voice again. Ask yourself, what did I love as a child before the world told me who I should be? Maybe it was painting, running, singing, writing, exploring. Do that, even for 10 minutes a day. Write a letter to yourself. Ask, what do you miss about me? What do you wish I would stop doing? What would make you proud again? Stop betraying your soul just to be accepted. Because the truth is, you'll never find energy by living someone else's version of your life. Energy comes back when you come back. You're not tired of life. You're tired of being a stranger to yourself. Truth 7. Your sleep isn't broken by hours. It's broken by quality. Most people think the answer to tiredness is simple. Just sleep more. But here's the brutal truth. You can sleep 8, 9, even 10 hours and still wake up exhausted. Why? Because it's not about time in bed. It's about whether your mind and body actually entered recovery. Let's be real. You go to bed, but your phone is in your hand until the last second. Blue light blasting your eyes, notifications buzzing, endless scrolling. You close your eyes, but your brain is still wired. Thoughts racing, stress replaying, emotions churning. Your body lies down, but your nervous system never shuts off. That's why you wake up tired. Not because you didn't sleep enough, but because you never entered deep, healing sleep. It's like plugging your phone in overnight, only to wake up and see it's still on 12%. The charger was connected, but the power never flowed. That's you, night after night. Here are the silent sleep killers. Screens right before bed. Eating late, especially sugar. Scrolling until your mind is overstimulated. Sleeping too late and at random times. Going to bed with unresolved stress swirling in your head. All of this creates what scientists call sleep fragmentation. Tiny interruptions that prevent you from sinking into real restoration. The solution? You don't need more sleep. You need better sleep. Power down early. No screens for 30-60 minutes before bed. Replace scrolling with stretching, journaling, or reading something calm. Make your room a cave, dark, cool, and quiet. Darkness boosts melatonin, coolness deepens rest, silence calms your nervous system. Protect your mornings, no phone for at least 15 minutes. Step outside, let real sunlight hit your eyes. This resets your circadian rhythm and fuels natural energy. Empty your mind. Before bed, write down your worries or to-dos. Don't let your brain take them to bed with you, because sleep isn't just escape. Sleep is repair. Sleep is recharge. Sleep is the foundation of every ounce of energy you'll ever have. Stop treating your bed like a hiding place. Treat it like a sanctuary. Because when your sleep heals, you heal. Truth 8. You're living for everyone else and abandoning yourself. Let's be brutally honest. You're not tired because you're too busy. You're tired because almost everything you do isn't even for you. You wear clothes to impress others. You work a job you don't love just to appear responsible. You laugh at jokes that don't amuse you. You say yes when every part of you is screaming no. You smile for the photo, but behind it, you feel invisible in your own life. And over time, this silent performance drains you more than any workload ever could. Because nothing is heavier than carrying a version of yourself that isn't real. It's like lighting a candle every night. The flame warms others, lights their rooms, helps them see. But who is lighting you? Day after day, you burn down to nothing, and still they ask for more. Until one day you whisper, "Why am I so tired even when I've done nothing?" The answer? Because you're burning for everyone else while leaving yourself in the dark. The hidden cost of living for others. You lose your own voice. You forget your true desires. You shrink your dreams to fit their expectations. You wake up empty even when life looks fine on the outside. So what's the solution? You don't need to abandon everyone else. You need to stop abandoning yourself. Start small. Ask yourself, if no one would judge me, what would I do differently? That answer is the doorway back to your real life. Do one sacred thing every day that's just for you. Not for parents, not for partners, not for followers, just you. Practice saying this out loud. I deserve to live for me. Repeat it until your soul believes it. Because here's the truth. Sacrificing your entire self to keep others happy isn't kindness. It's self-destruction. The world doesn't need another fake version of you. The world needs the real you, the one you've been hiding, the one you've been waiting for. And so do you. Truth. 9. You confuse comfort with recovery. Let's get real. When you collapse onto the couch after work, order food, and scroll on your phone, you call it rest. But deep down, you know it's not rest. It's escape. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it doesn't restore you. Netflix, endless scrolling, junk food, they're not healing you. They're numbing you. And that's why, even after a whole evening of relaxing, you still wake up exhausted. Here's the brutal truth. What you call comfort is often just silent self-destruction. Think about it. Real rest is like turning off the engine of a car. It cools down, it resets. But comfort the way most of us do it? That's keeping the engine running while you sit in park. The screen flashes, your brain processes, dopamine spikes and crashes, guilt creeps in. The engine never actually rests. And so neither do you. The hidden cost of fake comfort, mindless eating, endless scrolling, emotional numbness, chronic anxiety, a deepening sense of emptiness. By the time morning comes, you're not recharged. You're drained, ashamed, and stuck in the same cycle. So what's the solution? Redefine rest. Stop confusing stimulation with restoration. Rest is not screens, junk, noise. Rest is silence, stillness, presence. True recovery can look like a 20-minute nap without guilt, a quiet walk without headphones, breathing deeply with your eyes closed, journaling out the day's emotions, cooking slowly and mindfully, turning your phone off for 30 minutes and letting your brain breathe. At first, real rest will feel uncomfortable because you're so used to numbing. But sit in that discomfort, because that's where true healing begins. You're not tired because you don't rest. You're tired because you don't rest the right way. Choose recovery over relief. Choose healing over hiding. Because comfort may feel good now, but it steals your energy tomorrow. Truth 10. You're addicted to avoiding hard things. You think you're tired because you work too much or don't sleep enough. But the truth is harsher. You're exhausted because of everything you keep avoiding. That unread message you don't reply to. That difficult conversation you keep pushing off. That dream you abandoned because it scared you. That clutter in your room that stares at you every day. That truth in your heart you're afraid to face. Every time you say, "I'll deal with it later," you're really saying, "I'll let this haunt me longer." And here's the brutal reality. The weight of avoidance doesn't disappear. It piles up, like dishes in the sink. like unopened emails in your inbox, like files stacking on your computer desktop. You don't escape the task. You carry the guilt. And that silent weight drains more energy than actually doing the thing ever would. Imagine a backpack. Inside, unfinished projects, unspoken feelings, unpaid bills, ignored fears. You strap it on every day. It gets heavier, not because someone's adding to it, but because you never open it. Eventually you collapse and whisper, "Why am I so tired?" But deep down, you're tired of running from your own life. The cost of avoidance, guilt that never leaves, anxiety that grows with every delay, self-doubt because you keep breaking promises to yourself, lost energy in worrying about the very thing you refuse to face. So what's the solution? You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to stop avoiding. Start small. Face one hard thing you've been avoiding. Reply to that message. Clean that corner. Pay that bill. Speak one truth. Use the 10-minute courage rule. Tell yourself, "I'll just do this for 10 minutes. Most of the fear vanishes once you begin. Celebrate action, not results. Be proud not because it's perfect, but because you finally moved forward. Avoidance doesn't protect you. It poisons you. Stop running. Face it, heal it. Because the energy you're searching for is hiding behind the very thing you've been avoiding. Truth. 11. You've lost your sense of purpose. This one cuts the deepest. You're not exhausted because you're weak. You're exhausted because every day feels meaningless. Think about it. You drag yourself out of bed, go through the motions, tick boxes, answer emails, scroll, eat, sleep, repeat. But inside, there's a silent question gnawing at you. What's the point of all this? And when you can't answer that question, life itself starts to feel like quicksand. Every step takes energy. Every day feels heavier than the last. Because the human spirit wasn't designed to just survive, it was designed to matter. Here's the truth. Your soul needs a why. Without it, even the smallest tasks feel unbearable. But with it, even the hardest struggles feel worth it. That's why people can endure pain, loss, and chaos, and still keep going, if they know their suffering has meaning. Without purpose, though, even rest won't recharge you. The cost of a life without purpose, constant boredom, feeling like time is slipping away, a low-grade depression that lingers in the background, a desperate search for distractions to fill the emptiness. So how do you reclaim purpose? Not by waiting for some grand destiny to appear, but by building it piece by piece. Follow sparks of curiosity. What excites you even a little? Follow that thread. Serve beyond yourself. The fastest way to feel alive is to make someone else's life better. Create, don't just consume. Write, build, paint, design. Leave your fingerprints on the world. Ask bigger questions. Instead of, "What do I have to do today?" Ask, "What do I want my life to stand for?" Purpose isn't something you stumble into. It's something you choose, and then you grow into it. Because here's the truth. You don't need a perfect plan to feel alive. You just need a reason. And once you find your why, energy flows back like a river breaking through a dam. Truth 12. You keep betraying your body. You wonder why you're always tired, but deep down, you know. Your body has been whispering to you for years, and you've ignored every single warning. You stay up when you're exhausted. You drink coffee instead of water. You eat fast food instead of real food. You push through headaches, back pain, stomach aches, like your body is some disposable machine that you can keep running forever. And here's the harsh truth. Every betrayal has a cost. Your body remembers every shortcut, every skipped meal, every ignored cry for rest. And now it's no longer whispering, it's screaming. Fatigue isn't your enemy. Fatigue is your body begging you to stop abandoning it. The truth is, your body is not against you. It's been carrying you since the day you were born. It's taken every hit, every ounce of stress, every late night, every toxic habit, and it's still here, fighting for you. But it's tired of being treated like a slave instead of a partner. The cost of betraying your body: chronic exhaustion, inflammation and pain, brain fog, anxiety and irritability, a slow but steady erosion of vitality. So what's the solution? Stop treating self-care as a luxury. Start treating it as survival. Drink water before you touch caffeine. Move your body every day, not as punishment, but as gratitude. Sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. Feed yourself real food, not just calories. Listen when your body says stop, because here's the truth. Your body is the only home you'll ever have. You don't get a second one. And if you keep betraying it, eventually it will collapse, not out of weakness, but because it's been loyal to you far longer than you've been loyal to it. Take care of your body, and it will take care of your energy. Betray it, and you'll spend your life running on empty. Truth 13. You're carrying pain you never released. This might be the heaviest truth of all. You're not just tired because of what you're doing today. You're tired because of what you've been carrying for years: unhealed heartbreak, childhood wounds, betrayals you never spoke about, grief you buried, anger you swallowed, fear you denied. All those moments when life hurt you, and instead of letting it out, you pushed it down. But here's the thing. Emotions don't disappear just because you ignore them. They get stored in your body, like unpaid debts. And every day you wake up, your nervous system spends energy holding them down. That's why you feel heavy for no reason. That's why your chest feels tight, why your stomach knots, why you sigh without knowing why. You're not just tired. You're weighed down by everything you never released. Imagine a dam holding back water. At first it's strong, it resists. But with time, cracks form. Pressure builds. Energy is spent not on flow, but on resistance. That's you. Every unspoken word, every uncried tear, every buried memory. It's pressure inside you. And that constant holding back is draining you more than any task ever could. The cost of unhealed pain: chronic stress and anxiety, emotional numbness, broken sleep, constant self-sabotage, a deep, silent exhaustion. So how do you free yourself? By giving your pain permission to exist. Cry even if it feels weak. Tears are release, not weakness. Write it out, uncensored, raw, messy. Talk to someone safe. Sometimes speaking the truth is the first step to healing. Move your body, rage in a workout, breathe in stillness, walk until the weight feels lighter. Here's the truth. Pain demands to be felt. If you don't face it, you'll carry it forever. But if you release it, you make space for energy to flow again. You don't need to keep pretending you're fine. You don't need to keep holding it in. You're not weak for feeling. You're weak from not feeling. Your soul is tired because it's waiting for you to finally let go. So here's the truth you've been running from. You're not just tired because you work too much or because you don't sleep enough. You're tired because you've been living out of alignment with your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul. You've been carrying guilt that isn't yours, living in survival instead of growth, seeking comfort instead of true rest, abandoning yourself to please others, ignoring your body's cries, burying pain that's been begging to be released. And all of it has drained you, not just of energy, but of life itself. But listen carefully. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not hopeless. You're simply misaligned. And the moment you begin to face these truths, even one at a time, you'll start to feel energy returning. Not in some magical instant, but slowly, steadily, like light leaking back into a dark room. So start small. Tell the truth to yourself. Drink water before coffee. Say no when you mean no. Rest without guilt. Speak the words you've been holding back. Reconnect with what makes you come alive, because you don't need more hours in the day, you need more honesty in your life. And the more aligned you become, the lighter everything feels. Your soul doesn't want endless comfort. It doesn't want to just get through another week. It doesn't want survival. It wants life, and you're capable of giving it that. So if you've been tired for too long, let this be your wake-up call. Stop numbing. Stop running. Start living. Because the most exhausting thing you can do is keep betraying yourself. And the most energizing thing you'll ever do is finally come back home to you. And if this message hits something deep inside you, don't let it pass by. Hit that subscribe button, share this with someone who needs it, and let's keep uncovering the truths that set us free.